Yo, welcome guys. This is your boy Hector, one known in the trading space as Limitless Trader. Today we're going to talk about supply and demand, and including some patterns as well. So, first of all, what is supply and demand? So, supply and demand are just zones or levels that buyers and sellers are sitting, waiting for the right moment to execute, right? And why it's important for you to know where are those supply and demand zones. It's important because if you can know where our big buyers and big sellers are, you can ride the wave with them. And that's what you want. You want to go in when the big moves are ahead, right? You want to go in where the big boys go in, right? That's the whole purpose. That should be the whole purpose. You can still profit from small moves, right? Because I do and every trader does, but it's better to ride those waves because the profits are just better and better every day. So we're gonna jump straight into it, and we're gonna write and draw some levels. I'm gonna teach you how to identify them. So all right, so right here you can see the start of this move, right? You can see the start of this move. The move started right here, right here, but where you can see a lot of red candles or a lot of green candles just one after another, that is what's considered the supply and demand zone. So in this case, you're not going to count free market. This is free market, this is market open. The white space, market open, the other yellowish and blue, it's free market and after hours. So the first candle that just started everything in this case is this candle right here. So we're going to draw a line in top of the wick and at the bottom of the wick. You're gonna draw a line on top of the whole candle and below of the whole candle as well. How do I do it? I like to do it with a rectangle. I go here, I just saved it on the favorites. I go here and I draw a rectangle from the top right there to the bottom of that wick. It is right there. So there I have my first zone that's considered a supply and demand zone. So what you can see immediately is that SPY ended up trading on that supply and demand zone at from 12 o'clock, so 12 p.m. to the market close, and it's still trading on that supply and demand zone. So we can draw another zone right here. The first candle that started everything is gonna be this one right here, and we're gonna do the same. We're gonna draw a line on top and a drop on the bottom, a line on the bottom, but I'm doing a rectangle as well. So we're gonna do the bottom as the first green candle that started that little run, and one on top. So now I have a little supply and demand zones. You can do this as many times as you want, as many times as you think is needed. But what you can see is that every time the price gets to those areas, something happens, right? It starts running. So price don't like to trade on those levels. Price don't like to trade on those levels. And you can go back and just draw a lot of lines, right? You can draw a lot of levels. That is nothing wrong with that. We're gonna do the same here. We're gonna draw one right here. And I'm just doing this so you can understand how to do it yourself and start drawing. That's all you need. You need draws on your chart. You don't need a lot of lines that you get confused, right? But you just need the right zones. That's all you need. There's another one right there. And you can see that price respects those areas. And every time it hits those areas, it start running like insanely running. And you see that those levels get respected. I mean, it's every time you hit those levels. I'm going way back here for you to see what I'm talking about. Look, this is on the 13th of September 2022, and look at this move. I mean, it's insane. Look at that move. It's crazy, and that was pre-market as well. But once it touches that level, I mean, it just went straight down to the other supply and demand zone, and you can see it right there. I mean, you can keep drawing and drawing and drawing. That's what you want. You want a clear view to where can you enter and where can you go out. That's all you want. You can draw another supply and demand zone right here, and I want you to do this because then you will know where to enter a trade and when to go out. There's another zone right there. And if you know those areas, you will know where to get out, where to go in, where to get out. You will know because every time it goes there, it just start moving and moving and moving and moving. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to that's what you want to trade. You want to trade those moves, right? That's all you need. If you have those moves, you can. Because remember, we just trade in base of probabilities, right? We just trade in base of probabilities. That's all we do. So we need big probabilities. We need positive outcomes. We need big moves for us to be able to execute the right way at the right time. So we going what I like to do is just try to cover as more ground as I need, as I can. So at the time that the price touches one of those areas, I can be prepared for that. I mean, I can be prepared to go to the next line, right? I can be prepared to go to the next zone. So I would know that we are on a supply and demand zone, and I would profit from that move. That's all you need. You need the right information for you to make the right decisions, right? If you have a lot of probability, you have control. You need leverage. You need an edge. So you need something that could get you a head start, right? You need something that gets you a head start. So just for you to understand that you can draw as many as you can, because right now, look at this. Right now, this is market close yesterday, right? We have a zone on top. I mean, two zones on top. We have one, two, three zones on bottom, right? And we can. I mean, this is Apple. This is Apple. My bad. This is Apple. So we can make something happen here, right? We can make something happen because we know that the only thing that could happen here, the only thing that could happen here, I mean, you can draw a line right here. Let's draw a line right there, and I'm gonna show you right now why are we drawing that line, horizontal line, and we're gonna draw that line right there, because all depends what price does this on that line, right? All depends what price does on that line. We have a zone on top. It's this one right here, and we have this one right here. But the next closest one is this, right? The next closest one to the bottom is right here. So we're going to wait to see what Apple's gonna do right here. If it's going to break out from this supply and demand zone, or it's gonna break down from it. If it break down, we're gonna look for puts to right here to this level. As soon as it gets to this level, we're out. All right. If it breaks up from here, we're into calls, and as soon as it hits right here, we're going to set a stop loss. Let's say something right here, because the more probable thing that's going to happen is going to keep going to this, right? But it could turn around and just hit it again and then keep going up, or it could go down right here, and instead of going up, it could break down from here, right? So this supply and demand areas are so important, because with them you could predict a little bit. Just talking about probabilities, guys, you can have more probabilities on your side. That's all you need. You need the as more as probabilities as you can get. So, all right, now you know a little bit of supply and demand zones, and now we're gonna jump to patterns. So right here, what are patterns? Patterns are drawing that traders has made in the past, and it's still that we still do, right? We still do. Patterns are things that can help you to find reversal moves or breakouts and breakdown moves. Right here, because the price action likes these patterns. Why they like these patterns? Because we as traders has identified some drawings that the price action do before a big move, right? We have identified those moves. Here you can see some of the examples, right? Head and shoulders on top, inverse head and shoulder, double top, double bottom, right? Triple top, triple bottom, falling wedge, diamond, flag over here, pennant, consolidation, a lot of things, right? But I like to stick with this one, the rising wedge. I like the rising wedge. I like carbon handles. I have flags. I like head and shoulders and double top and double bottom. That's all I need. That's all I need. I do flags, falling wedges. I do consolidations and double top, double bottom, and head and shoulders. And I'm gonna show you right now what that means. Let me clear this chart one more time. Let's clear this. Let's go to Apple again, so we have the same chart with a different example, so you can know what I'm talking about here. All right, so here first of all, a double bottom is the first thing you see here. A double bottom is when a price hits a level, go whatever it wants to go, and then come back down to that level before going up, right? Before exploding to the upside, right? And where that bubble bottom is gonna end up to. So that's the thing. You want to identify the neckline. The neckline in this case is right here. Neckline is right there. Double bottom, it's right here. And I'm gonna circle it right now for you, so you can see it clearly and you can see what I'm talking about. Right, so we're gonna go to circle here. Supposed to have it here. Yes, right here. I'm gonna do a circle right here. We're gonna move it a little bit so you can see it better. Circle right there, and a circle right here. Alright, so there you have a double bottom, right? You have a double bottom right there. It's just a level where the price goes back to before exploding to the upside. It's a double bottom. Double bottom, you have that pattern right there. As soon as you identify that is a double bottom and it starts going up, you ride the wave, baby. You ride the wave. When do you get out? When you see the price going to this neckline. When you see the price hitting that neckline, that's your way out. That's all you need. You know how many percent is this move? Let's say we get in right here. As soon as we identify that it's a double bottom, it's 162.35. The neckline is at 130, 163.92. So we're talking about a dollar something move. So in options, that could be 100% move, right? In just a day, because this was just a day. This was the last trading day for Apple. And if you see this, this is your moment to say, let's go in and get that bag. You need these patterns. You need this move. You need leverage on this market, guys. We need leverage. We need edges. Something that can make us be on the front, right? We need to be on the front rows with the big boys, right? The big boys, this is what they do. Supply and demands and patterns, right? That's all they do. Another thing that I like to do is just a break of structure, right? That I like break of structures because after break of structures, there's big move coming. That's how it is. That's how it is. I mean, I've been trading since 4 years, right? A long 4 years is a long time, and have seen this move so many times, man. So fucking many times. And I mean, that's why I want you guys to see them. So you can see what I'm talking about. And you can see with your own eyes what I'm trying to teach you guys. That's all I want. I want you guys. I want you guys to see these things, to learn these things, so you can make money with me. That's all I want, guys. That's all I want. This is how I first started. I started with patterns. That's how I started. We can arguably say that there's a big move coming. Why do I say that? Because right now you can see we can draw head and shoulders right here. We can draw head and shoulders clearly. And how do we draw it, right? How do we draw it? So we look for a first pick. First pick, it's right here, right? It's the first pick. It goes back down to here. Then it comes up, but it comes up higher than the previous high, right? It goes back down in the range of the last low, right? And now it came back up just as the last time, right? This is a head and shoulders, and a head and shoulders, it's considered a head and shoulders because you have it is like a head and shoulders. So this is one shoulder, this is the head, and this is the other shoulder, right? Where do we go in? A head and shoulders is a downside move, right? This is a downside move. So potentially we can arguably say that this is looking for a downside move, right? It's just looking for a downside move. Looking for a downside move. So when do we get in? When do we get in? We are going in right in this level. Because we need the confirmation, guys. We need the confirmation to be able to be called a head and shoulders. We need the confirmation, right? We need the confirmation that says it's going to be a head and shoulder pattern. So we can play this. This is one of many example. I'm gonna look for another example right here, a one that played, so you can see what I'm talking about. Right now, we're gonna look for this one. All right, let me just erase that, and we're gonna draw a wedge right here. A wedge is gonna be drawn right here. It's gonna be like that, and we're gonna draw another line on top of this levels right here. We're gonna go right here, and we're gonna go right here, right? And we're gonna wait for breakout out of those areas. We're gonna look for a breakout out of those areas. As soon as the price break out from this area, we're going to wait for a retest of that level. As we said in the last video, we will wait for the retest. We need to wait for the retest because we need confirmation of a move. That's how we make sure that we have even more probabilities that the move is going to be set. So we will wait for a retest right here, the breakout of this. Wait for a retest, and then we ride the wave. It's the same as for a downside move, but this is potentially, this could be a downside move. This could be a downside move. But remember, we all play with probabilities, so we don't know if this is going to play as a downside move or an upside move. That's why we need to prepare for either or scenarios. Wait for a confirmation, a retest confirmation, and then we ride the wave to the next supply and demand zone. That's why if you put together supply and demand with the patterns, you can, my God, you could be unstoppable, right? This is not the only thing you need for trading, but this is very, very important. Have seen so many traders be successful just doing these two things. All right, have seen so many traders. So you are not an exception. You're looking to this video right now. You are not an exception. You're part of the people that is tired of the bullshit and the things this fucking world has. So you want to do it better. You want to have things that you deserve and your family deserve. You need a better life. That's what you need, and I'm giving the keys of the freaking heaven to y'all. So guys, I hope you learned something today. We're going to keep doing these things. We're going to keep uploading videos because I want you to be better. If you have questions, just put it down below. You can do something about it. If you want a better future, you need to start today. And how do you start? How do you start? Just moving forward. Learn, practice, learn, practice, and you will get better. I love you guys. I fucking love you. Let's do this shit. The people that know me, that are close to me, let's do this shit, bro. I will see you later on this week. Let's make it happen, baby. I fucking love